So today is not just another trip. We're out here for Tim Bishop and Nancy Shank, two drivers who were part of this community in a real way. Up here in Alaska, we rely on each other more than most folks probably realize. This road life, it's not easy. It wears on you, but it builds something strong between us. You lose someone out here, it's not just a name over the radio. It's someone you shared stories with at the trucker table in Coldfoot. Someone who had your back in a storm. Someone who made this life feel a little less lonely. If you knew Tim or Nancy, I hope these stories feel like, in a small way, it's keeping them close. And if you're watching from outside Alaska, you've never met them, but maybe you're a driver down south. We just want you to see what it means to be part of this kind of family.
We are a very tight-knit family. I could call somebody at midnight and they're going to be at my house. I mean, everybody's really close up here. We go to births, deaths, weddings, anniversaries, graduations. I mean, we all know each other's birthdays and kids' names, and that's just not normal.
Up here, just like I was talking to Kirby, you could see, even if you hated each other, when something comes together like this, you're there, it's the family. Everybody takes care of each other, and so makes it nice. It's kind of like how trucking should be.
This thing all started years ago, about 1967 or 68. Came out with these Tonka truck toys, you know, and he had to have one. In fact, he stole mine. And, you know, he went into the driving career and been there ever since, you know.
Tim was like the Pied Piper, leading the parade. And he was a good push truck. He was a good lead truck. He was a good driver.
He took pride in making sure everybody was safe around him. He took pride in what he did for a living. He was one of the greatest heavy haul drivers I've ever met.
His presence on the road was, he was just an infectious personality. He was funny and helpful. And I don't know, honestly, if I've ever heard him say a crossways about anybody. I don't think I ever have.
It didn't matter if it was his worst enemy. He would stop. He would help you, you know, the general rule of the road. Don't leave anybody behind. If you were broke down and you were his worst enemy, he would still stop. He would still find out what was wrong. He would still get you fixed, and he would still smile while he was doing it.
He was always friendly. He was always smiling. You never heard a crossword from that man. He was such a good person, and he was so knowledgeable.
Type of guy that would stand out in the cold for a half hour if it meant getting a guy back on the road or throwing him in his truck so, you know, they could get going down the road if somebody was broke down.
He'd offer a helping hand. He's like, hey, think about it this way and stuff like that. Even going up and down the road, was always offering that quiet hand. But once I got to know him, he could talk a little bit more, kind of like I do. So, but just a really soft, gentle soul about stuff. So.
I'm really glad to have met him. And he always had your back. If you ever had a problem, didn't have to worry about anything. If Tim was around, he always had your back. And he led by example in so many ways. Just, he led by example and really showed all of us how to be a better driver.
Tim and Nancy both are going to be missed, like so many others, but each person, when we have to say goodbye, it leaves an empty space on the road.
Well, yeah, you can tell he was, you know, well respected and indeed loved by many.
The best. He was the best person. He was so friendly with everybody. He was the most polite person, just courteous, very helpful. He was always willing to jump up and help you, like whenever you needed it, even the slightest little thing. He was just a one of a kind. He was a very loving person. He was always liked to give hugs. He was a hugger. He just wanted to hug everybody, and he was just the kids. He was like the best grandpa for the kids. They call him Papa T, and the kids just fell in love with him.
Attention drivers, this is a special call out to honor a remarkable man, Timothy Bishop. Timothy was not just a father and a husband, he was a friend to many of us out here on the road. His countless hours and miles driving on the haul road in Alaska are a testament to his dedication and passion for life. Timothy mentored many drivers, sharing his wisdom and experience with an open heart. His infectious smile and love for life brightened our days and inspired us all. As we remember him today, let us carry forward his spirit of friendship, kindness, and mentorship. Timothy's presence will deeply be missed, and his loss will be felt forever in our hearts. This is the last call for Timothy Bishop. Timothy Bishop, over and out.
What the community lost was a woman who was steadfast and passionate about the safety and care of everyone she worked with and everybody in the community as well.
Nancy was there in a heartbeat when they got stuck in the fire at Coldfoot. She was there. I couldn't get to my kid, but she did, and she was there, and it meant a lot. All the stories she used to tell me.
Nancy walked with me, and she had my back. She was a very impactful person in my life when I first started driving.
When I first started piloting, she was one of the few that took me under her wing and helped me out a lot.
My last load was with Nancy, and she was having a bad day that day. And I got out of my truck and I walked up to her at 47 Mile and I gave her a hug. And her attitude changed. She started smiling, and it was a great day, all the way up and all the way back.
She was just tiny, just a small, petite woman, but her personality was just large. She was a spitfire.
I always knew Nancy was coming because there would be like, just because she's on the radio piloting, and man, she let you know, and it was always not always nice.
She was yelling at me after we had already come all the way down from Prudhoe with a big 20 wide with sourdough. But Nancy told her, I said, Nancy, when we're on that road up there, I didn't tell you how to do your job. Don't tell me how to do mine down here because I got this. And she goes, I like you. I said, I like you too.
I don't think most people understood that she was very kind and sweethearted. There's not a lot of people that actually got to see that side of her.
What Nancy liked most, I think, was the camaraderie, the familyhood out there on the road.
There was more of the hard, outspoken, and I think that kind of gave the wrong impression sometimes.
She engaged in the smack talk that truckers engage in just as good as any man in a truck. And boy, she could play rough too.
She showed up for everybody. Even if you just got into a big fight with her, she'd be there the very next day.
But yeah, she was a flippin' character. I think what I really liked about her, she's a dog person, and I'm a dog person.
It's like a mom and a best friend wrapped in one. I mean, yeah. But it was, I'm happy I did meet her. I really am. You know, it was, she means a lot to everybody, but she meant a lot to me.
She loved everybody.
Attention drivers, this is a special call out to honor a beloved member of our Haul Road family, Nancy Shank. Nancy was a devoted wife, mother, and friend to many. As a pilot car driver, she provided safe passage for countless oversized loads across our beautiful Alaska, ensuring that everyone made it home safely. Nancy was known for her intelligence and spunk, always approaching every challenge with a hard-knock personality that we all admired. She was loved and respected by her Haul Road family, and her spirit will continue to inspire all of us. As we remember Nancy today, let us celebrate her life and the impact that she had on each of us. She will be greatly missed, but her memory will live on in our hearts. Rest in peace, Nancy. You will never be forgotten. This is the last call for Nancy Nan Shank. Nancy Shank, over and out.
We're a fellow trucker, and put on a memorial such as they did today.
I think what Tim would say to see this in his honor, the biggest thing he would say is thank you, and there would be no mistake about his gratitude.
Well, you can see it right here with this kind of a turnout. I think it's remarkable that the trucking community came together like this.
You know, I figured 30 trucks. I figured 20 pilots. I didn't figure it was going to be this big. It just blows my mind.
My God, 2 miles worth of trucks? Are you serious? Absolutely amazing.
This ride meant a lot to us.
That's right. Tim and Nancy weren't just part of the road, they were part of our lives. Their passing, it's left a real hole, and especially in this community. Today was one way of us saying, we remember, we still care, and we still carry them with us.
If you're part of the family, I hope you know how loved they were out here. I hope you can feel it. And if you're a driver watching these from somewhere else, maybe you've never met them, but I hope this showed you a little of what makes this place different.
That's right. I mean, we're not perfect, but we're connected. We watch out for each other. And when we lose someone, we don't just move on. We ride for them.
We do.
And we keep riding together.